Hello everybody, welcome to Bad Games. I'm your host Joseph. Today we're going to talk about GameStop's new service called Power Pass, how GameStop's getting into the pre-owned rental business. This is going to be a fun video. So with that said, before we get into anything, GameStop has come out to say, hey, you know what? We're starting a new program called Power Pass. Essentially, $60 for 6 months. You're able to take any pre-owned game out for as long as you want and play it for as long as you want. Come back after you're done, whether it's a day, a week, 3 weeks, a month, 6 months. Guess what? You come back, you rent a new game. And the last game that you rent, it's yours for free. So you don't even have to come back to re-up it. If Horizon Zero Dawn's the last game that you rented, guess what? It's yours for free. How awesome is that? It sounds like GameStop's equivalent to Game Pass on the Xbox One. How is this not a great deal for people? Simple. Because you could do it for free. See, here's the deal. I used to work at GameStop back in 2010 to 2012. Full disclosure out here. And yes, I left on my own terms, one could say, but I'm not mad or, I want to get back at the company. I just know a few things about GameStop being on the inside. That sounds so cool. But nonetheless, what we used to do back in 2010 to 2012 is actually sell used games like a pre-owned rental service. We would tell them, if you beat it, if you didn't like it, if it didn't work, whatever the case may be, you come back in 7 days, return it. Hell, if you beat it and you want to, play another game, go ahead, trade it in, return it and buy a different game. That's it. It's kind of like a rental service. And we would say that to people, and most of the time, 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, they won't come back. Little Jimmy will forget that I even said those words. Little Jimmy will keep that used game. GameStop gets to keep their dollar. Now, sometimes you see returning customers. And I know we had 2 brothers in particular that would come in, buy something, rent something really, come back a week later and return that game for something else. Or sometimes one brother would come in and return the game, and then the other brother would come in and buy the game. Or sometimes they would just come in, return it after a while once we got to know each other, and then just rebuy it again. And I couldn't do anything about it. It was a sale, sale's a sale, whatever. I can argue with that. It's their service that they were abusing, but they had every right to. So who really cares? And that's the thing. I've seen people till this day continue to do that. Go to GameStop, right? They purchase the game they want, and then they would return it until they found the game that stuck. They go, oh, wow, you know what? Got Overwatch, and I'm having so much fun with it. Might as well keep it. Just like with this Power Pass. $60 for something you could have been doing for a while now. What GameStop is essentially doing is incentivizing and mainstreaming something that has been done under the radar for years now. So this service is not new, and hell, it's not even a value to anybody, because they're assuming that Horizon Zero Dawn on day 1, day 2, day 3 is going to be out there used. But chances are the probability of that is super unlikely. Horizon Zero Dawn is not going to be used on day 1, day 2, day 3. A lot of people think they're going to buy Horizon Zero Dawn. The reason why I bring this up is, they're going to buy Horizon Zero Dawn or rent it for a few days. And then when Zelda comes out, well, then that's the real game that they're going to rent for a good month. But it's not the case. What you're doing is now going up against 3 factors. People that are in your program that want the latest and greatest new pre-owned game. God, that sounds awful. And then walk-ins. People who walk in and just see Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for use, and they take advantage. Hell, every dollar counts, right? So they're saving $5-10 on Zelda, and they're okay with it. They're okay with it being used. That's what you're going up against. And the fact that the systems there over at GameStop are still archaic. They still get updated only twice a day, meaning you have to call in to make sure they have Legend of Zelda the week after its release pre-owned. So this isn't the best value in the world. These games, you're waiting a good couple weeks to a month after they're come out to actually have the opportunity, the chance to actually get these games. And you might be that lucky statistic that gets these a day or two early, but it doesn't happen every time around. You know, not all these used games. Maybe you get a chance for a Call of Duty, but not every game's Call of Duty that's going to sell millions and millions and millions of units just because of the name. You know, if you're a good GameStop out there and you know you have a good GameStop, when you see games like Legend of Zelda, right? Let's just say again, Legend of Zelda as an example. A week after its launch, you see someone come in with this game, return it for whatever reason. Maybe they're dumb and they don't understand what a great game this is, and they trade it in. And what you would do as a GameStop employee, if you're at a good GameStop, is put the sticker in between the plastic and put it alongside the new Zelda. So that when someone comes in, a walk-in comes in looking for Zelda, guess what? You could sell them the pre-owned. You could pitch at least the pre-owned game over the new game. And if it's a kid who's tight on cash or a guy that, you know what, is looking for a deal and sees this cheaper, they don't care it's used, they'll take it. I see countless GameStops do it, and that's how you know you run a good one, when their business is like that. So what this Game Pass program really is it's a pipe dream. It's a what if these are available, not a if these are available. You know, this program would be worth it if they had Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, in stock. If this was new games, oh, fuck yes, this is definitely worth it. Oh, wholeheartedly, sure. But they're trying to use a Blockbuster model. And I know when I say Blockbuster, a lot of people are not going to get that. They're going to go, what's Blockbuster? And just knowing that gives me the feeling like I'm buying my own tombstone. God, I can't wait for that day to come. And it's just depressing me a little bit. But what Blockbuster was is this huge chain that would rent movies and games to people. And the thing of the matter is that they would have stocks, loads of movies. So if you wanted The Godfather, they had like 15, 20 Godfathers just sitting there waiting for you. So that, yeah, maybe 20 people wanted The Godfather and you have to wait. But the deal was you get to rent The Godfather for 2 days and then you have to be back here or you get a late fee. With this, it's, hey, you want Horizon Zero Dawn? Yeah, sure. As long as you want, who cares? And that's the mentality of it. So for me, this system looks super flawed because it is super flawed. And it's something that has been going on for years now that GameStop finally sees that maybe it can make some money on this, because what's happening right now at GameStop is the digital future's coming, right? Physical media is down. That means pre-owned sales are down. That means what they're really hoping for is when you're coming back with Horizon Zero Dawn to return it for, you know, Legend of Zelda or whatever the case may be, is that you're looking at a Funko Pop or you're looking at some type of beach towel or some random bullcrap item that GameStop now has in their stores and you buy it. That's all it is. All this system is to get people in the store, out of the store, and in the store again. It's to, for whatever means necessary, create a system where the customer is coming back to the store, because when they're coming back to the store, guess what? Money. That's potential money walking in the door to buy something stupid and little, whether it's a thermos or a Funko Pop. That's why pre-order sales are so important to GameStop, because it's not that they're getting a assured sale, because they are, but they are ensuring that that customer is coming back. And when that customer is coming back, he has $60 and more that he could spend on something. That's why pre-orders are so important. It's all about the attachment. Attachment sales. Attachment is the biggest focus for any company, whether it's GameStop, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, Activision, EA. It's all about attaching other products to the product you're selling. That's why when we hear the success of the Nintendo Switch, and you go, well, Joe, it's only sold 7 million units. Yeah, but it's also sold 24 million software units. That's the attachment rate for that is bonkers insane, right? That means that every audience member of Nintendo, of the Nintendo Switch, owns at least 3 or more games, right? So with that said, and all that out of the way, yeah, no, that's what this service really is to provide. There is no sale. When people say at the end of the day, well, Joe, if Horizon Dawn's your last rental, it's yours for free. It's not free. It's not. You paid for it. It's just like when people go, well, PSN and Xbox Live, when they have their free games, you always hear the 5 people going, you're paying for that. It's not really free. It's part of the service. You're not paying for it. I mean, you are paying for it. It's part of the service. So at the end of the day, what this is an attempt to get people back in their stores multiple times a month to get the cash flow in their stores. There's always a reason. This deal, it's not too, no deal is too good to be true. There's always a reason behind the madness. Makes sense? So that's what I think. I want to know what you guys think down below in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think of the deal. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad like me? Let me know in the comments down below. There is no wrong answer. And again, keep your wits about you. But most of all, before we sign off, don't be too mean about GameStop. I know I came in rather harsh, but they're a company at the end of the day. They have feelings too. They're people too. Mitt Romney's right. So be nice to GameStop or you make them cry. Tears of I don't know. You make fun of GameStop. I don't care. Keep your wits about you and have a great one, guys.